The conference hall on Station Nexus hummed with tension thicker than the recycled air. Ambassador Chun Wei adjusted his collar, feeling the weight of humanity's future pressing down on his shoulders. Across the polished obsidian table, the Zephyrian delegation sat in perfect formation, their crystalline bodies refracting the overhead, lights in the prismatic patterns that hurt human eyes to look at directly. But it wasn't the Zephyrians that commanded attention. It was the creature beside them. The thing stood 7 feet tall on 4 powerful legs, its midnight black carapace gleaming like wet metal. 6 arms ended in razor-sharp talons that could slice through titanium hull plating. Its head, if it could be called that, housed 3 rows of serrated teeth and compound eyes that tracked movement with predatory precision. The Zephyrians called it a Vorthic, their apex predator, brought from the killing fields of their homeworld. "You see," clicked Prime Negotiator Zelthara, the lead Zephyrian. "We bring Vorthic to show our ... What is your word ... commitment to these talks?" On Zephyr Prime, when clans negotiate, each brings their greatest hunter. It is tradition. It shows we take you seriously. The other human delegates shifted uncomfortably. Director Hassan whispered, urgently in the Chun's ear, "This is madness. They're trying to intimidate us. That thing could tear apart our entire security detail in seconds." Chun nodded slowly, then reached for his communicator. "Bring her in." The massive doors at the far end of the hall hissed open. The temperature seemed to drop several degrees as every being in the room turned to look. The first thing they heard was breathing deep, controlled, predatory. Then came the soft padding of enormous paws on metal flooring. She entered the room like liquid fire given form. Nearly 400 pounds of pure muscle and instinct, her orange and black stripes seeming to ripple with each fluid movement. Her amber eyes swept the room with ancient intelligence, calculating threats and opportunities with the patience of evolution itself. This was Kala, a Siberian tiger, humanity's answer to the Zephyrian challenge. The Vorthic's compound eyes immediately locked onto her. Its talons extended instinctively, scraping against the floor with sounds like grinding metal. But something unexpected happened. The creature took a step backward. Kala simply sat down, her massive frame settling with practiced grace. She yawned once, revealing canine teeth the size of daggers, then fixed her gaze on the alien predator with the kind of attention that had made her species the apex predator of Earth for millions of years. Zelthara's crystalline form flickered with what Chun had learned to recognize as confusion. "This ... this is your predator? It appears so calm." "Appearances can be deceiving," Chun replied, keeping his voice level. "On our world, we have a saying, 'Still waters run deep.' Kala here doesn't need to posture or threaten. She knows what she is." Dr. Sarah Martinez, the expedition xenobiologist, leaned forward. "The Vorthic is impressive, certainly. Built for hunting in packs, designed for maximum intimidation. But tell me, Prime Negotiator, how does it fare against prey that doesn't run?" The question hung in the air like a challenge. The Vorthic shifted restlessly, its multiple arms flexing. But Kala remained motionless, save for the slight twitching of her tail, tip a sign that any predator would recognize as focused attention. "On Earth," Chun continued, "tigers are solitary hunters. They don't need pack tactics or intimidation displays. A tiger stalks, waits, and when the moment is right..." He didn't finish the sentence. He didn't need to. Zelthara's form shimmered with what Chun suspected was nervous energy. "Your predator seems different from what we expected." "That's because you're thinking like prey," said General Morrison, speaking for the first time since the negotiations began. His weathered face remained impassive as he met the alien's gaze. "You brought the Vorthic to show us how dangerous you are, but we brought Kala to show you something else entirely." "Which is?" Zelthara's harmonic voice carried a note of genuine curiosity, confidence. As if responding to some unspoken cue, Kala rose to her feet and padded closer to the table. The Vorthic's entire body tensed, ready to spring into action. But the tiger simply approached Chun, nuzzled his hand briefly, a gesture that sent visible shock waves through the Zephyrian delegation, and then settled down beside his chair. You see, Chun explained, watching the aliens process this display, we didn't bring Kayla to threaten you. We brought her to show you that we don't need to threaten you. Humanity didn't become the dominant species on Earth through fear or intimidation. We did it through intelligence, adaptability, and when necessary, unshakable resolve. Dr. Martinez pulled up a holographic display showing Earth's ecosystem. The Vorthic is built to be the biggest, scariest thing in its environment. But tigers are built to be efficient. They don't hunt for sport or dominance. They hunt because they're hungry. And when they hunt, they don't miss. The implication settled over the room like a heavy blanket. The Zephyrians had brought their monster to intimidate. Humanity had brought their monster to make a point. Zelthar's crystalline form dimmed slightly. We may have misunderstood your species' approach to negotiation. That's why we're here, Chun replied. To understand each other. Your people value strength and intimidation in negotiations. We understand that. But our strength comes from a different place. We don't need to prove we're dangerous. The galaxy already knows that. What we want to prove is that we can be trusted. The Vorthic suddenly hissed, a sound like steam escaping from a damaged reactor. Kala's ears twitched once, but she didn't even lift her head. The dismissal was so complete, so effortless, that even the Zephyrians seemed to understand its meaning. Your predator dismisses ours, Zelthara observed, and for the first time, there was something like respect in the harmonic tones. Not dismisses, Chun corrected. Acknowledges. She knows the Vorthic is dangerous, but she also knows that she's faced dangerous prey before. The question isn't whether she could win a fight, it's whether she needs to fight at all. General. Morrison stood slowly, his movements deliberate. In our military, we have a doctrine. Speak softly and carry a big stick. The Vorthic is your people shouting and waving their stick around. Kala here, she's our quiet confidence that if someone forces us to use our stick, we won't miss. The negotiations continued for another 6 hours, but the dynamic had fundamentally shifted. The Zephyrians no longer postured or attempted intimidation. Instead, they asked questions about human history, about Earth's predators, about how a species could evolve such casual confidence in the face of danger. As the session concluded, with preliminary agreements that would lead to a formal peace treaty, Zelthara approached Chen privately. Your predator? The alien said. It is not the largest or most fearsome we have encountered. No, Chen agreed. She probably isn't. Yet our Vorthic, bred for countless generations to be the ultimate killer, fears her. Why? Chen looked down at Kala, who was calmly grooming her massive paw. Because your Vorthic was bred to be a killer. Kala was born one. There's a difference between learning to be dangerous and simply being dangerous. The Zephyrian's crystalline form shimmered with understanding. And your species? Chun smiled, the expression carrying the weight of humanity's long and bloody history. Prime negotiator, we didn't bring you a predator from our world. We brought you a house cat. Our actual predators are sitting at this negotiation table. As they prepared to leave Station Nexus, Dr. Martinez ran her final scans on both predators. The Vorthic stress indicators were off the charts: elevated heart rate, defensive posturing, heightened awareness. Every biological system screaming danger. Kala's readings showed the physiological state of an apex predator taking a nap. Remarkable, Martinez murmured. She's not even trying to intimidate it. She's just being herself. That's the point, Chun replied, watching as his security detail prepared Kala for transport back to Earth. The Zephyrians brought their monster to show us they were serious about peace. We brought ours to show them we were serious about everything. The peace talks concluded successfully 3 months later. The Zephyrian Collective would later write in their historical records that they learned more about humanity from watching their predators sleep than from all their previous intelligence reports combined. After all, any species can train a killer. It takes something special to raise one that knows when not to kill,